This video is part one of my silver soldering series. In this video, you will learn how to protect your soldering bench from your torch flame and heat. This is definitely a top priority in your studio. Well, let's look at several easy methods to protect your bench and make your studio safe. I'm Greenwood and welcome to my studio. My soldering bench is made from a reclaimed piece of non-combustible black slate, but most of our soldering benches are constructed from wood. We must put a non-combustible material or an airspace between the bench and our soldering blocks. An excellent material for bench protection that all jewelry supply houses stock is a vermiculite soldering board. You can use a large single board or cover your entire bench with several boards. Fire bricks are good insulators. You can use one or more as a base. Because fire bricks absorb a lot of heat, they don't make good soldering blocks. So use them as a protective base for any of your other soldering blocks. Ceramic tiles can be a good protective base layer. Don't solder directly on the ceramic tiles. They will crack with the extreme heat of your torch. Turning over a baking pan will give a good base for your soldering blocks. An old cookie sheet is an excellent heat barrier and base for soldering blocks. I don't recommend soldering directly on any of the protective base layers because heat could absorb and char your bench. It is better to add soldering blocks on top of the base layer. Another vermiculite board is great as a soldering block. Solderite blocks are a good soldering and reflective block, but are not recommended for very high temperature work. Ceramic honeycomb blocks are very versatile. They hold up to high temperatures and have holes for steel pins to hold your projects in position for soldering. Be careful with the honeycomb blocks. They can be fragile and break easily. Silicon carbide soldering grains in a metal bowl protect your bench, plus hold your projects in position for soldering. A perennial favorite soldering block is the charcoal block. An alternative to using a base covering layer is to raise the soldering blocks off your bench, creating an airspace. Adding different feet to the bottom of your soldering blocks will create air spaces so your wood bench will not burn. Look around your home. There will be many options to use for feet. Non-combustible sturdy objects can be used to lift the block off of your bench. Ceramic flower pot bases and trivets work well. Annealing pans with pumice stones put on a turntable are effective for bench protection. Old cast iron pans work very well. They are inexpensive and found everywhere. Add a soldering block for a solid soldering surface. Turntables are a nice bonus for soldering. They are available at most jewelry suppliers, or you can get less expensive ones at any hardware or building supply store. I've attached a metal box to fit my charcoal block to this inexpensive turntable. I can also replace the charcoal with other soldering blocks. Your soldering bench may have a shallow depth. Tools or a combustible wall might be in the way of your torch's reflective flame. A protective back shield will solve this problem. Put a vermiculite sheet directly on the wall or prop one up behind the soldering area. A portable soldering station or stage is a real problem solver for many studios. It keeps the reflective flames in check and can be moved out of the way when not in use. Commercial soldering stations are available, but can be expensive. Many of the pre-made stations are rectangular or square. I feel this limits your working area for certain soldering setups. I've built a model out of corrugated plastic to show you a workable size and shape. I like the wedge stage shape. This gives you the room for more flexible setup options. You can construct one using vermiculite boards or solderite boards. Another problem solved by the soldering station is when you are annealing. Normally, our studios are too light to see the metal when it is at the annealing temperature. By covering the top with a soldering pad, you can create a nice shadow, making it easier to see when your metal is annealed. Many jewelers prefer not to have a designated soldering bench, but like to work directly from their bench. Lifting a small soldering platform off the bench uses a minimum amount of space, creates the needed airspace, and helps keep the bench safe from torch flames. You can also design a lifted platform that gives you airspace and inserts into the bench pin holder, making it easy to install and remove when finished soldering. Because this platform is combustible, I must use a soldering block to protect the wood. Here I've made a lifted platform with an L-shaped brace screwed to the bench. Again, this lifts the shelf, giving me a good protective airspace and plenty of room for soldering blocks. The platform is also perfect for holding the turntable for easy soldering. If you have tools too close to the reflecting flame, a soldering backboard is easy to prop up. Fire bricks are also a good protective shield. Some jewelers prefer not to have a platform at the bench. They primarily use tweezers to hold the jewelry pieces to be soldered. This is an easy time saver, and the tweezers can be squeezed and held in place with a simple slot cut in the bench pin or bench top. Here are some alternative examples to the slot that you could attach to the front edge of your bench. As you can see, there are many ways to protect your bench when soldering. No matter what method you use, put a non-combustible material or create an airspace between your bench and soldering blocks. Do this, and you will have a safe studio for years to come. Please subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any of the new videos in my soldering series. I'm Greg Greenwood. I'll see you next time.